Homesteading, and I'm going to give you a little tour of the homestead, but I'm really going to go over all the stuff I need to do this spring. I need to clean up around here for sure and get some stuff set up better and finish some projects I just haven't got done. So let's go. This big pile of steel I got here, I'm going to try to put it in a neater pile somewhere, rearrange some of my equipment, possibly get rid of some stuff. I got that old four-wheeler, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I would like to put a machine shed here at some point, but you know what? I got so many projects on the go, I'm probably not going to get that done this year. So we're going to head up the hill here. Another project, I gotta take the blade off the four-wheeler. This is behind the barn. This is my half-finished pasture. And this year, it is really going to start growing up. And that is why I need my Gravely up and running and my loader on the back of the tractor. So this is going to be really good this year. I have to move all those brush piles because I can't burn them this year. And you know what? I can't wait another year. I need to get grass planted here. And so what I'm thinking is just hauling all this brush to one location. And then it's either just let it rot or maybe burn it at some point. But I have to get this stuff, I have to get this cleared and get something planted, because this is just crazy. It's probably been 6 years of working on this pasture and I'm not anywhere close to done. And times are kind of tight because I don't want to spend a ton of money because you know what? You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I want to be very frugal with what I spend, so I'm probably not going to rent another piece of equipment or get any other piece of equipment in this year. But then there's a trade-off. It takes longer, so I don't know. As you can see, I got brush all in there. There's my original burn pile. That's where I burnt last year, that one spot with those stumps, and they're still there. I need to clear this, and I'm probably just going to cut those stumps off. Whatever I can't pull out, I'm just going to cut off flat, I think. Move all these piles because I intended to make in these piles so I can burn them, but that just ain't gonna happen. This year there's a burn ban across Canada. It's because of everything that's happening, so I kind of understand it, but in the same right, I can't let it go another year without working on the pasture. And now that I got the loader working, I should be able to move this stuff. I don't know how long it'll take me, but at least it shouldn't be too much hard lifting, because my loader is at least pretty strong. So I got all this stuff in here. I got some more rails there. I still got one more row to cut down along the fence, but I don't want to cut it down until I get these piles moved. At least some of these stumps I'm going to pull out, but if they're too big to pull out, like this one, I am not going to pull out a hardwood stump. I just know that. I'm going to cut it off flat. My big project this year for sure is going to be the pasture. I need some big movement in this pasture. I need it cleared. It doesn't look like much, but there's still a lot of work to happen in here. I have a pretty good trail down there, so I think if I start dumping it off in the corner, because my goal is to keep clearing into there. This is where the barnyard's going to be, and I have a big pile of junk behind the barn. I have an old set of discs there. And later in the year, it's hard to see what's actually in here. Later in the year, it's hard to see what's in here. This is the time of year that I should actually come in here and clear all the junk and mow the grass, like mow down all this brush. If I wait a little longer, it's harder to actually get to it. Here's one of the chicken coops, and I'll tell you what happened in here. They were doing all great and dandy. It was just awesome. And then all of a sudden a weasel got in and absolutely cleared me out. I don't know if he got in there or where he got in. So another project's definitely going to be fixing up this coop and predator proofing it. Like, I think it was a weasel, so I mean those things fit in very small holes. So I'm going to have to go over it, make sure it's all sealed good before I put new chickens in it. He cleared me out last winter within a couple weeks, and I just couldn't see how he was getting in, but he just kept picking them off. I got little piles of wood around. I got junk everywhere. I got to clear this all up. This is another project I have here. I've got my cold frame. My cold frame I really need to finish off because I never did totally get it fixed and finished and up and running. And now one of my windows broke and I didn't fix it, and then this wonderful big weed grew in there, and then now this pane fell out and broke, so I gotta fix all the windows, pull out all the weeds, fix up the box a little bit because I want to get that up and running this year. We can grow lettuce later into the season if I just get that fixed up. And the barn, I'll tell you, I eventually want to get sheep in here. But that's what the problem is. I got like a whole whack of bee equipment in here and junk, and I can't even get in the door, and my door itself is falling apart. So we're gonna have to fix this. And another problem with the barn, is the fact that I don't have a man door. So I have to go through the big door, and when it snows I can't get in. So I was thinking about at least putting a man door right here, because I was hoping to have a door where I can bring sheep out. I have to do a bit of work to the building because it is getting a little bit soft for sure. I think that board is rotting. The bottom boards are rotting, so I gotta... The barn definitely needs a bit of work. The bottom boards are looking real tough, and I have to get at that. But I definitely want to put a man door in. And I was thinking maybe I could put one in where this window is. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Another project is definitely going to be my raised bed gardens. We're thinking about adding another big raised bed right here. Coming to right about there. And then I was thinking that we're probably going to maybe tuck a raised bed in here so we can plant stuff that like shade a little bit better, you know. We can plant it there, and it's kind of in a corner right up against the house, so we can try to keep the deer away from it. A few more of these square raised beds right here, and then maybe even tuck it in here, so this whole area will be raised beds. You know what, you have all these projects you just haven't had time to finish. I have a little bit of time now, so I really need to try to knock some of these things off. To get the rest of my firewood cut and brought out of the bush. That's where it's all piled. I had it piled on the cedar rails. So that I am going to start on today. I'm going to head back to the sugar shack, and I'm going to show you what I need to do there. Another thing is I have to come back and pick up all the buckets. I took them off the trees so they weren't going to ferment or anything, but I still have to go back and pick up all the buckets. I want to show you the future location where I would love to put a pond in. So this is where we were cutting wood last year and my wood got flooded out. And this is why it's a real low spot. And I really feel if I just put a dam right here, that I would have a really nice pond here. Because there's quite a bit of elevation up there. There's a lot of elevation here. I really think it'd be nice to have a little pond here, but this seems like a very big project. I definitely see the Ducks Landing here. It's a really nice location. As a kid, I used to spend lots of time here. So I'd really love to have a pond here at some point. I think it's more doable to actually build a dam instead of actually digging a hole. Digging a hole, you're moving a lot of dirt, but I think I could possibly put a dam here without a crazy amount of work. We're gonna head over to the sugar shack. Oh, look at that, I didn't shut my chimney. I still have quite a bit to do on the sugar shack. I got that wall to do. I need to fix this end. And I would love to put in a woodshed right here. Then I'll end up closing it in and maybe putting a man door right here to walk into the back so I can lock it up good. And short term, I just need to clean this place up and wash the pans. There's the old Massey. It's doing okay. But I do need to remove these tire chains. Today I need to finish the rest of my firewood because I think I need to cut about 4 or 5 more cord to be done, which is quite a bit. But the problem is I'm going to use my tractor, but I really need to remove these tire chains or I have a real problem because the chains keep grabbing a hold of my fenders. So I'm going to end up busting my fenders off and I don't want that. So we're going to remove the chains for now. And then this fall, I'll probably try to fix them or do something, figure something out. But for now, they just got to come off. Yeah, they're all starting to wear through. They've kind of had their day for sure. The big chains are starting to break. So we're gonna drive that back. Come on. There we go, one side. My garage is another project. This is my wood shop, which I haven't finished. My dust collection system, which I haven't finished. My Gravely project, which I am working on. This morning got the tires on it. Tomorrow morning we're gonna get it running, hopefully. I haven't finished tidying the garage, so we're gonna have to rearrange this, so that's definitely another project. The one thing I have to really get done early is the firewood because the ticks will come out with a vengeance, so I really need to get that done. But all these other projects, I'm gonna make a list. Sometimes when you have a list, things get done for sure. So that's about enough for today, and you guys have a good one.